Today we're just north of Cave Springs, Georgia. Welcome to Cedar Creek Campground. Welcome back to Adaptive Humanity,
where we dare you to adventure beyond your limitations.
So today we are at Cedar Creek Campgrounds, and I gotta tell you, I think both of us are liking the place.
For sure. It's definitely more in tune with nature than all the other campgrounds that we've been at.
Yep, they have a spot where you can rent kayaks, you can rent canoes. I'm not sure if you can rent tubes there or not, but I do know they're for sale in the store. They take you upriver from here, drop you in, and you can come back downriver and end here at the campground. Which that's nice. It's included in your rental package. They did say that the water level's a little low right now because they've been starved on rain, so there's some spots that you have to get out and walk your canoe and kayak, so that might be a little daring, but hey,
that's an adventure,
right? Their main store area up in the front is really nice. They sell kayaks in there, they sell canoes, they sell a bunch of water sports stuff and parts to go along with it. They have some RV parts in there, a basic grocery section.
Candy.
Yeah, candy. the essentials, candy and soda, you know?
Exactly. All your RVing necessities and camping necessities, I'd say. I think there's some tents in there too.
Yeah, all your basic stuff. Yeah. They also have bait. They also have fishing equipment, which is nice. So if you forget your pole or you need some bait, you can get it right there. Come walking down to the creek and go fishing. We did see some people out here fishing, mainly the kids were out here. We did hear some legendary stories of 20-pound catfish being caught right around the corner from a gentleman that calls this place home. It's quiet.
Except for on the weekends, we heard it gets a little rowdy, and holiday weekends as well, like the 4th of July. Yep. Apparently, that was a real good time. Yep. For some folk.
Yep. That we heard that earlier too when we had a group of guys go past with a cooler of beer and some floaties and started screaming. But whatever, it's good fun. That's what everybody's here to have.
Just enjoying their life.
Yep. It's clean. The grounds are well maintained. It is not a paved driveway, it is stone, but there isn't any monstrous potholes that are going to swallow your tires up. They kept it groomed. They actually have a pile of stone that they keep filling everything in, make sure it doesn't wash out. They were out here picking up branches earlier today. They were out mowing and weed eating yesterday. Yeah. There was only one surprise in the cleanliness department that we discovered yesterday as we were making our way down the river a little bit.
It looked like a couple of lost shoes. I'm sure they got sucked off in the puff mud down there and made their way to land down this way, and they were accompanied by a raw piece of chicken.
So yeah, there's a combination of shoes and chicken.
That was pretty gross.
Yeah.
Especially because there's a lot of animals around here. It's very pet friendly. Saw some cats, lots of dogs.
A pig. A guy was training a pig this morning, teaching it to sit and speak. I like it. And then the neighbor also has a donkey
and a cow.
So, moo cow. Yeah. There was a group of people that came down here to enjoy the place yesterday, and they were just slobs. They left pizza boxes and everything sitting around on the table. They left all their garbage laying there, but the staff was on top of it. They came down, cleaned it all up, but don't be that guy. Yeah. Really, come on now. A lot of people call this place home. There's families out here. Pick up after yourself. Take
care of the earth.
Right.
Don't leave your chicken hanging out.
And there's a creek right there. Your pizza box blows into the creek. That's not cool. Our last video, we had a subscriber request that we showed off the sites a little bit more and more of the grounds. So we took that into account. Let's roll the drone. Speaking of the sites, not only do they have the fire pits there with like little grill toppers, but they're also very well set up. They have 50 amp hookup at all of them that I've seen. They did say they had both 30 amp and 50 amp, but I think 30 amp is in just a few of the sites. I don't think that they're in all of them because I couldn't find them in the 2 sites that we bounced back and forth to.
But they do have converters available if
they do.
You need.
Yes, they do. The one thing I liked is we had one pull through and then we had to move because we had a little bit of an episode with a license plate. That'll all be in the next video that we do. It's going to be our welcoming to the RV world, I guess, of the fiascos that we encountered in the first 7 days of going RVing.
That was fun.
So we had to switch spots because they extended our stay out a day for me to get a package. So we had to back into the other one, and the electric is painted green, the water is blue, and the sewer is white, and they're all marked and stick up high enough so you can see them while you're backing up and don't have to worry about running them over. So that is definitely a plus. The sites are nice. They were clean. As Amber pointed out to me, every last one of them has a fireplace right there. So you don't have to worry about bringing out your portable, fire pit or anything. They're all set up.
Also, behind the RV stations, I guess you would call them, there are plenty of spots for tent campers, and they each have their own grill as well.
They do have a group camp area, which was nice. It was offset, way in the back corner, quiet. Even if this place is causing a ruckus, it's far enough away. It's far enough away that you can get away from everything going on here. So it'd be perfect for Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, your church group, anything like that you just want to have. Even a wedding. You want to throw a big camping wedding. They got the gazebos to do it that have brand new picnic tables inside of them, brand new bench sitting out there. The gazebos are well maintained, and then you can head over to your little private camping area, which is tucked away from everything, well wooded, and it sits right on the creek. So to get into our handicap rating for it, the place is, I mean, they set it up pretty well, and they're doing more. It was just bought by some new people last year, and they have, you can tell, put an investment into the place, a lot of money and time in fixing it up. Right. So the bathrooms, they are handicap accessible. You can get in there with a wheelchair. The back bathrooms, they don't have any type of ledge or ramps getting into them. It's just straight in from the grass. The front bathrooms, there are 2 ramps going up to it, kind of steep. The doors are a little narrow, but you should be able to manage. Throw your brakes on and be able to get in there. Walker, crutches, anything like that, you should have no problem whatsoever. But Amber did notice the bathrooms down here anyway, the ones that are in the middle.
Yeah, they're very cleanly. I was pretty surprised because they kind of look like an outhouse sort of thing, and you would think that it was real dirty, but I was pleasantly surprised. However, there are no handrails in there, so that's the downfall. And
for her to say something that looks like a porta potty is clean, it's clean. Trust me, it is clean.
I'm a hard critic.
The main store up there for accessibility, phenomenal. They have handicap parking right out front, paved parking lot. They have a ramp going up to it. They have stairs with handrails on both sides. They nailed that one. They're spot on that. They have a spot up in the front of the campground located right behind the main building, the dumpsters, the laundry area, and the main bathroom that's just dedicated to handicap RV parking. So those lots up there are actually wider than they are towards the back. I looked on their website. They're not more expensive than the rest of the sites either. So they're not going to upcharge you for having a handicap spot.
They shouldn't anyway.
Correct. They are the same price of everything else, but that's nice. They have it reserved specifically for handicap, So kudos to them guys for coming up with that. Getting into our handicap rating for walkways, we gave that a 5/7. So the explanation behind that one is the 5 is you got to do some off-roading. There's the gravel, it's not all paved, and you're gonna have to go across some grass to enjoy the creek. But 7 side is it's relatively flat.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
wouldn't be too hard to mosey on down in a wheelchair.
yeah, it might be a little bumpy, but other than that, you should be okay. Bathrooms, 6. Yeah, they were a solid 6, and the only reason it's a 6 and not a 10 was because some of the doors are a little narrow to try to get in for wheelchair access, and the ramps going to the front bathrooms are a little steep, but there are ramps, so use your brakes. You should be fine in a wheelchair. Everything else, I mean, you should be good. Recreation area, so they have a volleyball court, badminton, kind of, I don't know, they got a net set up there. You can do whatever you want with it.
Driving range.
Yes, and a driving range, which I didn't even realize that until we put up a drone. And it's nice looking, it's well maintained. I was surprised. So those are pretty easily accessed. You got to do a little off-roading again, but relatively flat surface. It's not that bumpy. So that we gave a 7. The rest of the buildings, so like the main office, getting into where the rentals are for the kayaks and stuff, we gave that a 8. The only reason it's not a 10 is because their laundry facilities are not wheelchair accessible. The side is though, the staff here is awesome, and if you're in a wheelchair and you say, listen, I gotta do some laundry, they'd be more than willing to give you a hand and get that done. That was the only reason we didn't give their main buildings a 10 and they got an 8, which is surprising. I didn't expect that at all. So that gives us a grand total, if we count the first one as a 7, of 28 out of 40, which that is
not a bad score in my opinion.
No, much better than the last place that we were at. So kudos to them for everything that they're doing. The new owners seem to be on top of things and taking good care of this place. We did talk to a couple people that call this place home year-round, and they had nothing but good things to say about it. I didn't hear one negative thing. And there is a gentleman here.
What was the year? 78? Did he say 78?
I don't know. He said 20 years, I think. He's been here for like 20 years or something. But he's been here for a long time. And you'll see him out here if you ever visit. He is washing RVs and detailing cars. It's $50 for an RV and $5 for your car, including a vacuum. So if you see him, hit him up. He does a really good job. He's a retired truck driver, and this is what he does to keep himself occupied. So that about does it.
I think so.
If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and then hit that bell so that way you get notified every time we come out with a new video.